Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name's Tandra and today we're doing our weekend tarot pick-a-pile card reading, and the topic is the key to your happiness. So we're going to be looking at what you need to be happy, what kinds of things will bring you happiness. We have a couple of quick announcements before we move on to the reading. We are no longer going to be doing our daily messages from Spirit, either on Patreon or on YouTube. Instead, on Wednesdays, when we would normally post one of the daily messages on YouTube, we are going to do another long tarot reading instead. And on Patreon, we're going to do one long reading a week rather than the daily messages. So just to let you guys know that, we do have a Patreon account that you can sign up for as little as $1 a month, and we have slots still open to get a free personalized reading if you sign up over there. And as we get more sponsors, we will be adding more perks and more readings and other things like that over there. All right. We also are now on TikTok. We're barely starting to post some videos, and those will be shorts for the most part. So if you will miss the daily readings, you might still be able to get some over there. They won't be daily, but you might be able to get a few short readings over there if you'd like to do that. We're at Crossing the Spirit on TikTok and Crossing the Spiritual Streams on we have a Twitter account, but we never really use it, and then on Facebook and on Patreon. All right, so we wanted to let you guys know that. Now, this reading is timeless, so whenever you run across it and feel compelled to watch it, you should be able to find some information out for you. Remember, this is on the keys to your happiness. We're going to be looking at your tarot cards. We're going to be doing oracle spheres where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And then we'll also do charms to help us out with this reading as well. We like doing that. All right, so we have 3 piles here for you to choose from. We have pile 1 that has the key with the green stone. We have pile 2 that has the key with the diamond type stone or the white stone, clear. And then we have pile 3 with the pink heart-shaped stone in that key. All right, so we're going to give you some time to reflect on the piles. And when you've decided which reading you would like to go see, there will be timestamps in the description, and we'll see you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. You chose the key with the green stone in it. And this is on what is the keys to your happiness. What kinds of things would make you happy or would help you out with your happiness, that kind of thing. We will be looking at your tarot and fortune telling cards here. We also will be doing charms to help us out. And then you have a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. And we'll be doing that as our oracle spheres at the end. All right, so let's take a look here and find out what we can find out. Give me just a second. I need to take my glasses off. All right, we've got the 10 of Wands. The Fool. That makes perfect sense. The Queen of Wands. Sure. The Devil card. Okay, yep. The Hermit. The Ace of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles. The Devil card again. Okay. The 2 of Pentacles. And then we have the Constancy card. Okay. Wow. What an interesting reading. Makes perfect sense too. Constancy makes perfect sense. Okay. For one is I really feel like you guys would love to release some of your burdens and responsibilities that you have and be a lot more carefree to be able to do the kind of fun things that you would like to do, or things that you might find just slightly um, not irresponsible, but maybe things that don't totally push you towards your responsibilities or things that you need to do. Maybe things that are just kind of frivolous or fun just for the sake of fun. That kind of thing. I get the feeling you guys work really hard. You're very responsible people. You're very, you go to work, you take care of, friends and family and other people that need you. And you do all these things, but you don't often let go for yourself. You don't take a day off to do things that you would like to do, things that you find fun and adventuresome and that kind of thing. That's one of the things that I think is really important to you and really important that you manage to do once in a while. So if you don't get away very often, or if you don't let yourself kind of let go and just go do something kind of fun and frivolous, go to, you know, Coney Island if you live there one day and just, you know, eat cotton candy and ice cream and hot dogs and or whatever, sounds good to you there and play a few games, spend a little money, have some fun, and don't worry about anything else in your life for a little while. I really feel like that's something pretty important to help you out with your happiness. It's something that will very much help you. It is interesting that you did get the constancy card. So you guys are very responsible, and it is important to you that things kind of remain constant in your life, or that they like you kind of know what's happening and what's coming up, and you don't have a roller coaster kind of life. So that is important to you. But also along with that, though, being able to kind of let go once in a while and do something that's just for you or just for fun or not part of the responsibilities, kind of letting temptation take over a little bit, I do feel like is very important for you, for your emotional and physical happiness and all that kind of things going on there. You do have something else that goes along with the constancy card that I think is very important to your happiness is having enough flow of resources coming in that you don't have to worry a lot about, paying your bills, where you're going to have enough money or enough other thing. You want a roof over your head. You want, food. You want to be able to pay your bills on time and not be late and not be stressed out about money or finances and resources all the time too. That's another thing that's very important to your happiness. That's one reason why you're so diligent at work and things like that. Just know that that time out to have fun and other things, it's not mutually exclusive to you wanting to make sure you have enough resources and stuff like that. You can have both. It's not like, well, I have to work all the time and totally spend my time doing that and not focus on, doing anything fun because I really got to make sure I've got enough resources coming in to take care of everything. And it's taking a little time out once in a while does not preclude you from having enough resources. Okay, so that's really important to know because sometimes I feel like you're afraid to let go. You're afraid to go out and do those things. So that is definitely a couple of keys to your happiness here that kind of interlock. They kind of go together. So they make perfect sense. Why don't we look at your charms? There might be some advice on this. There might be a little bit more information or some things to kind of solidify it for you here a little bit. So why don't we take a look at what our charms have to say. Push this back just a little bit so we have a little bit more room for... All right, let's give this a really good shake up and we'll take a good look. See where we're at. Okay, well, it's interesting. I didn't even know that got put in there. It must have fallen in. The diamond stone here. So resources, definitely resources. Having an abundance is definitely a key to your happiness there. It's definitely something you'd like to have. But we do have the 3. And that shows to me creativity could be something important to you here. So maybe just taking time out to paint or draw or write or do something else like that. Once again, something that you might find frivolous or think of as frivolous, I think could be important here. Okay, so that's something definitely for you to think about. What's for you will not pass you by. See, that's really important to know because we were just talking about that earlier, that taking a little time out once in a while for yourself is not going to preclude you from having enough resources. And this is proving that what is for you will not pass you by. So you will have enough. It will still be there for you to be able to do those things. We do have a couple of cards here. Let's see. We got the Queen of Hearts and the Ten of Hearts. So those are very much happiness type of cards, emotional, good emotional energy, and doing things that make you feel good that way. So that is something that I do think is pretty important to you. And it goes along with these other queens and other things that we're talking about here. You do have the Scorpio symbol. Scorpios are a lot about hidden objects. They're a lot about the underground, the possibly inherited type of things. They are the 8th house, which deals with inheritances and other things. So maybe even getting an inheritance from a family member or friend could help you out. That could be something there. So that's something for you to think about. You have the letter F. That could mean an initial or a word you think of when you see the letter F. I'll let you guys kind of deal with the letters a lot on your own. We also have the seen and noted. To me, I always think of like you notice things around you and then you write it down like in a journal, or other things like that. In your case, too, with us talking about the creativity type of angle, I do think writing things down in a journal and other things could help you with that kind of getting away from things, that hermit type of energy that we were talking about. Taking some time out for yourself, taking time out to note down the important things in your life, see what's going on around you, take a look at things from another angle. I see all that as being kind of important to you and helpful in your happiness. So that's a little bit more additional to what we've already talked about, I guess. It's just kind of a different angle to it or a different dimension. So I really, taking up a hobby, doing something creative, something that's just for you, something that's, like I said, that you might consider frivolous or a waste of time, maybe, or something, or, because it's not contributing towards your resources. Although, sometimes when we start working on stuff like that, eventually they could contribute towards your resources, because depending on what you decide to take up doing, like let's say you take up a craft project like jewelry making or crocheting or knitting, or there's this one art of crocheting animals, and making animals out of crocheted works and stuff, and that's becoming kind of popular nowadays, and then if you start doing that, maybe you could sell the stuff and maybe make some money back on it or have some more resources from things that normally you would consider kind of frivolous or not that important, or something that's not contributing towards your goals of having enough resources. So that's something for you to think about. Or if you go into writing or painting or other things like that, once again, it's possible you could turn around and make some money off the deal when it comes to that as well. So that's just something for you to look into and think about. We're going to go ahead and go on to your oracle spheres and see what kind of answers we can get to your question. So you think of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to, and then we have 4 different stands. We have bronze, silver, purple, and gold. You decide which one you'd like to get your answer on. You think of your yes or no question, and then we get your answers. So, number 1, bronze, is a maybe. Whoop. Number 2, silver, is a very likely. Number 3, purple, is a no. Excuse me. And number 4, gold, is a not likely. So we have a maybe, a very likely, a no, and a not likely. So there's your Oracle Spirit answers for today's reading. Thank you guys so much for being here and being part of our weekend reading. Don't forget, we're now on Wednesdays going to have another longer reading on a different topic, probably a timeless tarot. But it will definitely be one that's more of this style rather than the daily messages. We will be putting out longer readings on Patreon as well, so don't forget to check us out over there. We still have room available that if you sign up over there, you can get a free personalized reading where you get to ask a question or about a specific area of your life that you'd like to find out more about or have some advice on. So you go ahead and be thinking about that. You can also like our Facebook page at Crossing the Spiritual Streams. You can check us out on TikTok at Crossing the Spirit. And all the links for all of that is all down in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, check out our other videos, give the video a thumbs up, and share the channel with your friends and family, as well as leaving us comments. Let us know what you think, anything you'd like to let us know. And we read them all and we appreciate them greatly. We look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading on the keys to your happiness. You chose the diamond key here, and we're going to be looking at your tarot and Gypsy fortune telling cards here on that. And then we also have charms that we'll be looking at to help us out a little bit, as well as your oracle spheres where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So we're going to do all those things. Don't forget, on Wednesdays now is also going to be another long video that's probably going to be timeless, or at least most of the time will be. So be looking for that out on Wednesdays. All right, let's see what we got here. We got the 3 of Swords. We got the Temperance card. The Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands. The Fool card. The Ace of Wands. 10 of Cups. Okay. And the Ace of Swords. And then some money. Okay, well that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Okay, like pile 1, there's a couple of different things that I think will make you the happiest or help you out the most. One is I feel like you want a close, passionate, loving relationship with somebody. I feel like that's something that would be something you would very much appreciate. Somebody you can kind of fall head over heels in love with, that whole scenario. I feel like maybe you've had some rough times with relationships in the past. Some things have been a little bit difficult. And so because of that, one of the things that would make you very happy is to find somebody that you can be very passionate about, very much love, that, you know, isn't going to be really rough and awful and you know, bad relationship. I really feel like you like the idea of pairing up. A couple of different cards are kind of showing that to me here, that would be good for you and something you'd really like. Also, the some money makes perfect sense because you also have the Queen and King of Pentacles, and I think you don't need gobs of money or resources to make you feel happy. You just want to have some. you want to be okay. You don't want to struggle about money. You don't want to, fight for every little bit you get, that kind of thing. And so you want some money coming in, just enough to pay what, things that you want. You don't need, millions of dollars or crazy amounts or anything like that. But to have enough that, you don't have to feel scared about the next thing that's happening or what's coming up. That's something else that would definitely make you happy. That's the other thing. It's part of your partner as well. Maybe if they could bring in a little bit of money too, just kind of help cushion maybe the amount that you have for things, or I also kind of think you wouldn't mind like a little bit of pocket money, like where you could just go out and buy something small that you like, nothing expensive, nothing crazy, just something there that you would like to spend a little money on, and you can just have a little extra kind of attitude there. So that's the two things specifically that I think, if you had somebody to share your life with that you could be very passionate about, very much love, might help you with your resources a little bit, but that you could feel very happy with, that you could feel very content with, emotionally. I really feel like that's something that you would look forward to. And then also just having a little bit of spending money here and there, a little bit of stuff that you can once in a while, splurge or just spend a little bit. I think that those are the two things that you'd be pretty happy with your life if those things were going on. If you have those things, that's awesome. Know that you have what you already have to be happy. If you don't have those things yet, then at least you know what would really work out for you, and maybe you can search for those things or so forth. We will be looking at some charms, so we might see if maybe we can get a little advice or some direction maybe towards getting these things. But those are definitely the couple of things that I think are going to make you feel the most happy, at least, or make you feel pretty content with what's going on. All right, let's take a look at your charms here. Let's see if we can get any more information or advice or other things. We're going to give it a really good shake up here. A lot of times the charms just kind of confirm what we've already talked about, but every once in a while a little extra little nugget pops in there, or a little bit more to it, happens. So that kind of lets us know some things. Oh, we have an M and a D here. I think a doctor. So maybe, having somebody with a doctorate or a medical doctor, because MD does stand for medical doctor, in your life, I think would be something that you would really appreciate. Oh, this is really interesting. You have two aces here. You have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Spades. You also had the Ace of Wands and Spades over here. So you got both of them twice in your reading. And once again, I see that as a pairing up kind of energy, but also the aces are new beginnings, new starts. The wands are all about passions and things that you can, things you're very passionate and fiery and, have all that kind of energy about. But then the swords are very much an intellectual kind of thing, or having knowledge and so forth. So I think this partner that you would like to have might be somebody that you can also share ideas and thoughts with. Somebody, not only can you be very loving with and passionate, but also somebody that can be a soulmate in almost every way. It can be somebody you can talk to and have really good conversations with and so forth. So it's interesting that this card showed up twice in your reading. I didn't really discuss it the first time, so that makes sense. Oh, and then this here works out well with that too. You also have the Gemini, the twins, and once again, that's a pairing. So yeah, you definitely really want that other half of your soul. You want that other person. I do believe there's somebody out there like that for you. So if you don't have that person yet, they're still there. They're out there. I do believe they can be there. You see, you have in my heart. Makes perfect sense. This person's already in your heart. They're already there for you. We do have the here and now, which means that you might already, I really get the sense that some of you guys already have this person in your life, but also if you don't realize that this person's in your life, that they might be showing up like right in this present time. Now's the time for them to show up in your life, because we also have the go, see, and explore. So if you don't have that person in your life, the idea is to go ahead and start seeking them. Go ahead and start looking around. Go ahead and start exploring, because they do exist. They're here. They can be part of your life, right now. You do have the forever. So once again, you're looking for that forever person, that like I said, that soulmate, the person that fulfills you both emotionally and intellectually. That's very important. You also have the diamond key here, which once again, that's that some money thing, and abundance. So you do want some money flowing your way. I do believe that this partner might even be how you get the little extra you like to have. Maybe you guys go into business together. I know when I met my husband, we're always the happiest when we're actually working together and doing things together. He helps me out with my videos. I help him out with eBay and other things. And all throughout our married life for over 30 some years now, we've done many, many things together. And we're always happiest when we do so. So I get the feeling that that might be somebody that would fulfill that for you as well. Okay. The M and the D could also be initials. Like I'm thinking of like Mary and Daniel for some reason. Those are two letters that came, or names that came to mind, but they could form other words for you, or initials or whatever. But that was just something that came to mind. So that might be a confirming kind of thing for you guys as well. All right. So that is, definitely what's coming through in you guys' reading. Now let's take a look at your oracle spheres. This is where you ask a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to. And then we have 4 stands here. We have bronze, silver, purple, and gold. You decide which one you'd like to get your answers on. Remember, it's a yes or no type of question that you need to ask. And then once you've thought about that and picked your stand, we'll go out and we'll get your answers. Ooh, one was already ready to go. Number 1, bronze, is a yes. Number 2, silvers are very likely. Number 3, purple's a probable. And number 4, silver, or gold, is a not sure. So we have a yes, a very likely, a probable, and a not sure. Thank you so much for being here and being part of the reading. We appreciate you guys greatly. Don't forget, you can check us out on Patreon at Crossing the Spiritual Streams. You can like our Facebook page at Crossing the Spiritual Streams. You can check us out on TikTok at Crossing the Spirit. We are on Twitter at Crossing the Spiritual Streams, but I don't really do anything with Twitter. I have a hard time with a lot of the social media stuff, so I don't do a ton of it. But we are out there. If you do sign up over on Patreon, there's still slots open to get a free personalized reading. You can ask a question or pick an area of your life that you would like a reading about, and we can do that for you. So let us know about that. Our email address is also down in the description. All the links to all those areas on the web are also down in the description. If you can give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, leave us comments. We read every one of them and we love them, and we do try to respond to all of them as well. Unless it's just a real simple thank you or something, we might just say thank you back or whatever, but or give you a thumbs up or things like that. But we do try to respond to all the messages if we can. Also, if you have not signed up for the channel, that's greatly appreciated as well if you subscribe. All right, we'll see you again in future readings, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the pink heart shaped key here. And this is on what are the keys to your happiness, the kinds of things that would make you happy or help you out that way. We've got your tarot cards here. We also have charms to help us out with the reading. And then we'll also be doing your oracle spheres, where you can think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So let's find out what we can. Okay, we have the 4 of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 9 of Cups. I'll look at that in a second. Hold on just one sec here. I gotta help my little baby girl puppy get herself situated over here. Alright, let's see what else we've got. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Cups, material gain, or the Nine of Pentacles. You want the Strength card. We have the Magician, the Two of Wands, and then the Malady. Okay. Like the other piles, there are a couple of different things shown here that can be a key to you being happy, or things that if you could change around would make you happy. One of the things is I feel like you're very tired and sick a lot lately, maybe throughout a lot of your life. And you have to spend a lot of time sleeping, resting. You possibly, catch colds easily, other things like that. And of course, the key to making you pretty happy is to kind of calm that down a little bit, not have to spend so much time being down. You want those kinds of things to change up for you. You want to get more strength, be stronger, not be quite as sickly, not have as many problems that way. You definitely want to have, the constitution that it takes to not get sick so easily. There might be a couple of different reasons why you're getting sick a lot, so there might not be an easy solution to this problem. It depends on why you are sick a lot, or why you feel so tired, or why you're having issues. It's okay, honey. They're just setting stuff up outside. One of the things is your constitution just might not be very strong. I really feel like kind of like that's where the strength card comes from. Annabeth, honey, it's all right. They're just moving stuff in and out of the. She thinks there's somebody coming in the house because they're moving stuff outside a lot. Okay, I feel like your constitution isn't maybe as strong as it could be. Like, it's easy for you to get ill because you've kind of been weakened, or you're in a more weakened position from being sick, things like that. There are ways to improve that. There are ways to make that better. You do have the Magician card, and the Magician can kind of manifest anything into his life that he or she really, really wants. It's a good manifestation card. It's a good card to bring forth things in your life that you would like to have. So making yourself stronger, making it easier for you to fight off diseases and all is kind of at your fingertips if you choose to try to do so. So there are a few different ways to make it harder to get sick. Some of it has to do with attitude. Some of it has to do with getting a little, fresh air, a little bit of exercise, eating well, things like that. The other thing sometimes is mental type of thoughts and feelings and things that we have mentally. Sometimes that weakens our constitution or makes it easier to get sicker. So it depends on what your thoughts are and how you worry about things, how you deal with things, how you do other stuff. Sometimes that can make a difference as to how sick we get or how easy it is for us to get sick. So that might be something for you to start analyzing and looking at closer to see if there's any ways to improve that. Okay, so that's one thing that I can see that, if you could turn around that a little bit in your life, that would be one thing that would definitely make you happier. The other thing is you would like for your fortunes to kind of turn around a little bit. I get the feeling life is very hard for you, that you're kind of down on your luck a lot. You don't, you work really, really hard, and then sometimes you don't get to see the fruits of your labor. You don't get to actually enjoy what you work so hard to do or to get. I really feel like that is kind of a theme for you. And what would really help you out with this a lot, would really make you happy, is if somebody handed you a golden opportunity that was not just a farce or, just something junk, that it really could work out to turn your fortunes around, make things work out better for you. You could really harvest a really good crop. I think sometimes you don't get to see the benefits of your work that much. And because I think a lot of times that's kind of snatched away from you. That the amount of work and effort and other things like that you put into things, the amount you get back out for all that work sometimes is not as lucrative or as nice as you really feel like it maybe deserved, or like maybe you could definitely handle. You need some things that don't take quite as much effort. First of all, that kind of effort's really hard on you because of your constitution and how fragile it is. And then second of all, if you don't get to reap a lot of benefits from it, it just makes you go, eh. You kind of feel like you work and work and work and for nothing really good. So that is really, if anything at all would make you happy, it would be not to have to work quite so hard and to basically feel stronger and safer and be able to enjoy that part of your life as well. Not be so sick a lot. So not work quite as hard, not be quite as sick. Those are the two things specifically that would definitely make you feel a lot better. Both of those things are a little hard to kind of just bring about, but you do have the magician card. So you can manifest this into your life. This is something you can do. You have to believe. You have to try. You have to look at the stars if you can to align when's the best time to do some of these things, to work on some of these things. But that is definitely the key to making you a lot happier. Being able to see the benefits of your hard work and actually, you be able to do something with that a little bit or enjoy it at least. And so far, it's been very difficult for you. You haven't really been able to do that. So that's what we're kind of seeing in the cards. Let's look at our charms. Let's see if there's anything else or other advice or other things that might go on with this here too, and see where else we're at. Give it a good shake up. Really? Just two? Be true to you and the pouncing kitty. Interesting. I don't think I've ever had only two charms come up in a reading before. Be true to you is definitely important. Make sure that you're looking deep into your soul as to what you want, what you feel, and so forth. Because if you can tap into that, it should be a lot easier for you to actually go out and put yourself out there and get the things that make. So, the pouncing kitty is kind of going out there and grabbing the things. And that is something that I do see the lack of in your reading, is that you don't jump out there to grasp a hold of the opportunities that are presented to you. You kind of want things to fall into your lap without you having to do a lot to go for it. But I do think that you would be happier sometimes if you actually went out and chased some of your dreams, chased some of the things that you would like to have happen. Because I do feel like in your reading that is a key component to making yourself happy. is that, going out there and not just sitting back and going, well, I did this, and so happiness should just come my way. You're willing to go, okay, well, this and this. I've done these things. I should get somewhat happy, but if I do this too, that'll bring even more happiness to me. So I think going out and actually seeking or searching for that happiness would be better than just kind of sitting back and waiting for it, or assuming it'll just show up after you do so much thing. Whenever somebody works really hard at a garden or field or crop, they don't spend all that time working on it and then just sit back and let it go. They continue to have to work. And also, to finally reap the final benefits, they have to actually sow it. They have to actually, reap it, finally get to the point where they're literally going out and picking it, that kind of thing. And I feel like you kind of stop short at the picking it part. Now, you work really hard, you put yourself out there, you do this and that, and then you just kind of fall through. You don't actually finish off with what you need to do. And that actual finishing off goes a long way towards making you feel satisfied and making you feel happy with what you've done. So that's something for you to think about. That's something for you to, actually pounce on life. Actually go out and do those things. Don't just sit back and wait for things to be offered to you. Okay, let's take a look at your oracle spheres. We have 4 different stands. And you think of a yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So here's our stands. We have bronze, purple, silver, and gold. You decide which stands, or stand basically, will have your answer on it. And remember, you think of a yes or no question, and then we'll go out and get your stands. Or we'll get your answers. Okay, let's see here. Okay, number 1, bronze, is a not likely. Number 2, purple's a no. Number 3, silver's a probable. And number 4, gold, is a very likely. Okay, so I have a not likely, a no, a probable, and a very likely. So there's your oracle sphere answers for today. Thank you so much for being here and being part of the channel and watching the reading. You can check us out on TikTok at Crossing the Spirit. You can like our Facebook page at Crossing the Spiritual Streams. You can check us out on Patreon at Crossing the Spiritual Streams. Remember, you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. We do have slots open for that free personalized reading about any topic in your life or a specific question you'd like to have some answers or advice on. All right, so we've got that available to you. We have a lot of other videos on YouTube for you to check out, and we look forward to seeing you again. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.